Hello and welcome to the Limitless Landscapers podcast. I'm Charlotte. Today is a solo episode. I'm going to be talking about how I feel like shit. Let's see if you feel the same, even though you may think you're not, and how you're going to make a change, because I'm going to make a change.
As the co-founders of the Landscaper Circle, we help you get more money, time and freedom to become limitless through our experiences as fellow landscapers and our tried and tested methods. If you want help with your marketing, managing or growing your business, you've definitely come to the right place. If you're a landscaper, garden designer or supplier to the industry, then hit subscribe so you never miss an episode. Now, let's get back to the show.
So what do I mean by I feel like shit? Well, hay fever is in full force, headachy, overtired, and just feel generally like run down. I don't think there's like being ill. Like everyone understands, oh, I'm throwing up or I've got the flu or like all of those things are almost like comprehensible illnesses for people. And it means that also you allow yourself the day off. Like if you're throwing up, you'll be like, right, I need to take the day off work. But when you're just generally unwell, like you don't feel like yourself, like there's just some things that are wrong with you, like you're not bad enough is often what you kind of say to yourself as a business owner. You're like, not bad enough to have the day off today. Like I don't think, I'm not throwing up, I'm not, shivering with a fever. Like you're just generally unwell, and also trying to explain that to a team is really hard. For me today, as I said, hay fever is in full force. I feel completely like my sinuses are completely blocked. I woke up and my eyes hurt and I've got a headache. And the problem is it's my own fault, really. I mean, the hay fever is not my own fault, but the headache is, and it's because I'm overtired. Now, we spoke last week about self-care tips, and I have been following them very well, actually. My last nearly 12 weeks has been spent on a course with Heidi Mark, who we've spoken about before, where I was looking at, right, where am I at now? Where do I want to be and how am I going to get there in a nutshell? And a lot of it has to revolve around self-care, installing work practices that work well, and it's been going amazingly well, to the point that I was like, really, like the last couple of weeks I've been like, this is awesome. I feel really good. I'm getting all the work done that I need to get done. I'm progressing in my business, but I'm not working myself, to the bone. I'm not doing the evenings. I'm having a really good time. And I know a lot of people at the minute, you guys are working really long hours, working on the weekends, either because the weather's great now after all the rain we've had, so you're on site, or you've got so many design inquiries that you are literally working stupid hours, as I call it. And I had finally kind of cracked the code on, we're manic, but how can I manage that? And often as well, we have this problem, I think, in the industry where it's like we almost don't trust ourselves to get all the work done. It's like, oh, I've got so much work done, I've got to work to 9 p.m. and I won't get the work done. I had 7 reports for done for you clients to do this week. And realistically, they don't take me that long. Like it doesn't take me a full day to do a report. However, previous months, I've stressed myself out like, oh my God, I've got 7 reports to do this week. I've got a topic, members topic to upload this week. I've got to record and edit a podcast this week. I've got to do SEO for a client this week. I've got to do all these different things. I would have stressed myself out and worked till like 8, 9 p.m. And not all nights. And I would have tried to stop myself, but I would still fall into that trap of like, I don't have enough time. Whereas with my work with Heidi, I've been like, I always get the work done. I never let a client down. So I will make it work. I will get all the work done. I believe in myself. And at the end of the day, I just need to trust in that and it will happen. So this week, Monday as well was a bank holiday. And then Tuesday I come in and I do all 7 reports. Now I always talk about my love for batching things. And I was in that mindset and it really helped and I got through them all. And now I feel so much relief because they're all done. But also I wasn't majorly stressed. Like I was saying to Heidi last week, I was like, I feel like I should be more stressed. Next week's a 4-day week. it was a 3-day week because I'm taking Friday off. I've got to do a topic. I've got to do all of this stuff. And I can't prepare the reports early because I've got to wait for the stats to be finished for the end of the month. So like, I feel like I should be more stressed than I am. She's like, this is a good thing. Make sure that you go and spend time with your friends and your family, and you do all the things that fill your heart, and you know, the self-care stuff that we were talking about last week. So I feel like the last 2 weeks I've done that. I have found a work balance that I enjoy, and I've rewarded myself with a shit ton of time spent with my family and my friends, which is great, and I really enjoyed it. However, I have now, as the saying goes, burnt the candle at both ends. I feel like I was starving myself, particularly with lockdown, because we haven't been able to see everyone, and you've probably been the same. Because we haven't been able to do so many things, you're now doing all the things, and all the things are now catching up with you, working and basically just spending too much time. Saturday evening, I had a late night, family. Sunday, full day in the sun, late night, friends. Monday, friends and family, late night. Tuesday, yesterday, I had a full day of work, then went and got my hair done, and was there because my cousin was also getting his hair done at the same time. Didn't leave till 10:30, didn't get home till 11:15. So again, burning the candle at both ends, which I think is 100% the cause of my headache today, 100% why I feel run down. Obviously, the hay fevers can't be helped, but that is definitely the culprit. So moving forward, I know that, yes, I have found a great work balance, and no, it won't always be this amazing, and I will have the occasional evening where I have to work. Actually, tomorrow, Thursday, as you're listening to this, if you're Wednesday, I'm coming over to Paula and Mike's. I'm going to have a really good meeting, and I'm actually going to record some of it for you guys to watch about where we want the business to go, talking about their landscaping business as well. So that's going to be really good. But again, that's another evening, just because Mike's on the tools and Paula's got the kids. It's half term this week. So tonight is going to be an absolute rest night. It's going to be sitting there, chilling out, early night, bed. Yeah, it's just going to have to be that. And moving forward, I think I need to find a better balance of not going absolutely crazy with seeing people and burning the candle at both ends. Like it's just got to be done. So my question for you is, are you currently burning the candle at both ends, or are you working way too much and not finding a balance? If you're working too much and not finding any time to spend with family and friends, and you're always knackered, I'd strongly recommend you check out the self-care podcast episode that was previous to this, episode 67. It'll be in the show notes. I also would recommend checking out Heidi Mark. Now, if you're a TLC member, you have a Heidi Mark add-on that you can get access to. But also she does this 12-week program, which is really good at kind of, you have a call once a week and you have actions to do, but it's not overwhelming actions. It's like really small bite-sized actions that make a big difference. And it's really shaped the way of the future, and it's really helped TLC and myself. And I know Paula's done it as well, and it's really helped her. If you're struggling with the work-life balance, clearly I am not the work-life balance. If you're struggling with I'm just going to see everyone and do everything, clearly I'm not the one to come to advice for that, because clearly I've fucked that one up this week. So I would say, let's learn together. I don't know if I'm going to try and set, like, obviously weekends are definite. You're going to be doing stuff and seeing people, but maybe setting like I'm going to see people 2 or 3, maybe 2 nights out of the weekdays, rather than on 2 nights, rather than what feels like I've done. Well, I'll be doing all 5 apart from Wednesday. So yeah, like trying to set some boundaries maybe. I'm out Friday night as well. So here we go. You'll see me next week on the podcast, and I'll look like I've been dragged through a bush backwards maybe. But yeah, clearly I need to work on that. And I know it's probably something that we're all struggling with. I know, because it's like we finally got freedom, and it's like, let's just do all the things. Because yeah, Friday I'm out, Saturday, I don't think I know what I'm doing Saturday. Sunday, I'm rock climbing with Ava and Grace and Paula's kids. So it's a busy old week this week, and I'm not 100% sure it was a wise idea. Don't get me wrong, I'm going to enjoy every minute of it, but I feel like tonight needs to be like a bed by night. Try and sleep, because the early mornings and the late nights aren't doing me any good. What else was I going to say? I know everyone is extremely busy at the minute, and if you do need any help with admin, we've got Anne-Marie doing admin services. There's no contract, it's just kind of pay as you go, so you can send over what you need help with and we'll let you know how many hours that is. Also, if you need any help with kind of anything else, or you don't know if TLC can help you or not, just shoot us an email or give us a call. And just try and keep on top of those self-care practices. I've spoken to so many people, our lovely TLC members, that have fallen into the trap of, right, I'm really busy, I'm on the site all day, or I'm doing designs all day, but there's nothing I can do about it right now. And it's like, yes, you can do something about it. You have all the power. You are your own business owner. You can change, the way that you're working, or get someone on to help you temporarily, or, find something that works, that you're not working yourself to the bone. I like that saying today, clearly. You have all the power. You can make a change. You don't have to wait till the winter months to make a change, because the problem is, we know the industry, it's you get to the winter months and then you romanticize. Everyone in their rearview mirror romanticizes how previous periods of time were. Like, oh, it wasn't that bad. Oh, it was just because of COVID. Oh, it was just because of this. It was just because I didn't have this system in place. It was just because. When actually the same thing will happen next year, and then you'll be in the same position next year and you'll be like, why didn't I take the time to just get someone to help me with this? Or at least put in, it may be that you have some processes in just for the busy months in the summer because you've got more on, and then you take control of those tasks or actions when it gets to the quieter months. Whatever really you think is going to work for you is best, but just take 5 minutes, even if it is on a weekend. After I've spoken all about the weekend, even if it is on the weekend, take 5 minutes just to map out all the tasks that you've got in your business. Do 3 columns, do ditch, delegate, and decide whether you're going to outsource it, delegate it, ditch it because it's just something that you've imagined in your head that doesn't actually need to get done, or do it yourself. And it doesn't have to be a permanent decision. Obviously, if it's a big financial decision, refer to your cash flow, as Paula always says, her favorite thing. It's something that seems like you don't have time to do and that you can't change it at the moment, but you can. You have all the power. And even if you're not a TLC member, shoot us an email, because we may be able to recommend our partners to you that can help with certain things. So just shoot us an email. How long does an email take? 2 seconds. I bet you send like 100 emails in a day. So do that. Take that time for yourself, because I know that taking this, I've obviously done a very intensive 12 weeks, but doing this 12-week transformation program with Heidi has been not only business, but life-changing in changing the way I think about things, the way I view things. And it's really easy for us all to look at other people and go, oh, you're working so hard. Oh, you should really get some help for your, in your business, help for yourself, just to ease things off. And you're doing so amazing. But then you look at yourself and you go, God, I'm not getting enough work done. I should be doing this. I should be doing that. And that is just you in your own head. And it's the worst thing you can do. I know for me, that was one of the things that I had. It was, I should be. And now it will come, it will happen. I'm doing all the things to work towards what I'm trying to achieve. I'm also making sure that I'm not burning out in the process, because what we often forget is the negative impacts of that burnout. When I was burning out, probably a couple of months ago now, I had a proper bad burnout. Like, I was rough. And by rough, I mean, I'd worked to launch Paula's paving shop. There was several other launches as well at the time. And I took way too many things on my plate. I got it all done. It all got done, because it always gets done. But at the sake of my mental sanity. It felt like it was not good. And I literally was recovering the next week from like literal exhaustion because I'd been looking at my laptop screen for so long. But not only that, the effect it has on your business. Like, I think we often go, oh, I'm just tired. Like, when it just affects us, it's like almost acceptable in our minds. But actually, it had a big effect on the business, you know, with TLC social media. Me, I was like, oh, what are we going to post this week? I had zero creative ideas. Like, all my creative ideas had been exhausted and there was nothing else left to give because I was just knackered. And the last couple of weeks where I've had time to be like, oh, let's look on Instagram for some inspiration, or, oh, I've just thought of this really good idea. All of my great ideas have come because I'm at a place of ease rather than a place of I've just got to get something out. And I always say quality over quantity, but everyone, no matter how much you preach, no matter how much you look up at these, like if you follow some social media gurus or you follow some landscaping or garden design gurus and you follow them and you're like, how are they doing that? Like, it looks amazing. To them, they might just be like, oh, I'm just getting that post out today. Like, no one is perfect. No one, no matter how much people preach consistency. I mean, my favorite word is consistency. No matter how much people preach quality over quantity, there will be times in your business where you go, actually, last week, do you know what? I was not on form today. Or last week, I'm not on form today. Oh, geez. You will have those periods and you will have those times of like, right, I need to change things up, need to switch how things are working. And today, for example, I've got this headache, I've taken paracetamol, done all of the things, and I was planning to start off with some SEO, but my brain's not with it. I'm not feeling it. So I decided to talk to you because this way I'm not really looking at a screen and I'm talking to you guys. And I've had this idea for kind of this sporadic podcast episode, which in my head, I used to be like, well, that's not good enough. This chatty podcast episode isn't good enough. They want tips, they want X, but actually our most chatty podcasts are the most listened to ones, and it's the ones we get the most positive feedback from, and the honesty and the transparency of like, do you know what? I feel like shit today. And this is what I'm going to do about it. And I think you guys do get something from it. Like, let us know on social at the Limitless Landscapers podcast, or give us a review, or send us an email, because we all get like this. And the problem is, in the industry, no one really talks about it. So I'm happy to talk about it. And if you're looking at me thinking, well, she looks really well put together for someone who feels like shit, if you're watching this on video, it's because my hair was done last night. So it was done for me. So I can't take credit for that one. Don't give me too much credit. I literally rolled out of bed, put some clothes on, and that was about it. Yeah, there you go. That's it today. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I think my main thing is, if you're feeling like shit, if you're feeling like you're approaching burnout, if you're feeling run down, take a day off, because we don't really talk about being unwell. Like, is it acceptable to take a day off? Is it not acceptable? I think it's acceptable. You're a business owner. You can make your own decisions. Don't beat yourself up about it. And realistically, how many days off have you had? Probably not a lot, because we never give ourselves days off. And if you're feeling like crap, look at how you can change it. Even if it's just sat on the sofa, trying to feel better, just have a ponder. What would make you feel better? What would avoid this next time? And if you need help, reach out to us. I think I'm going to have a coffee, maybe some chocolate, and try and just do some like easy work. You know, we all have that stuff that's like easy. Do some easy work and see how I feel. And if I still feel like rubbish, then I'm going to go home and I'm going to take my own advice. So thank you all for joining. Next week, I believe it should be Paula and myself. And I'll see you on the next one.